Thank you for joining me. My name is Antoine Dupashin, and I'm excited to share my research on building positive teacher-student relationships to improve academic outcomes. This topic is especially meaningful to me because I recently completed my first year in education as a transition from career and consulting. My journey into teaching has been both challenging and deep rewarding, and I'm fully committed to refining my craft and making a lasting impact in the field. The central question guiding my research is how can building positive teacher-student relationships improve academic outcomes? Excuse me. This question is important because positive relationships between teachers and students are the foundation for student success. They foster trust, motivation, and engagement, key ingredients for effective learning in today's classrooms where students face increasing academic and social pressures. Strong relationships can be transformative, helping students feel seen, valued, and supported. To describe my research, I reviewed several influential studies, um, such as the from articles from the American Psychological Association, Boardman's articles, a couple authors such as Lu Wang and Zhang, all of which really boils down to one of my favorites, which was not favorites, but was summarizing that most of these articles examine the impact of teacher student relationships on academic engagement, especially through the meditating roles of perceived social support and academic pressure. The study finds, the articles all collide in finding that the positive teaching student relationships directly increase academic engagement and do so indirectly by increasing students' sense of support and reducing their academic stress. Um, Doing that as well, my research adds that the ongoing conversation by integrating quantitative insights from an experienced instructional coach with quantitative survey data from teachers and administrators, it offers practical, actionable strategies and real world examples for fostering positive relationships while also exploring both the challenges and the transformative impact on these relationships. For example, um, first, I conducted an in-depth interview with Mrs. Tibbs Jackson. She's an instructional coach at Mike's Current School with over a decade of experience. During the interview, she explored her personal experiences, challenges, strategies, and observed outcomes in building positive relationships between teachers and students. In addition to the survey, I distributed a this to the interview. I'm sorry. I should distributed a survey to teachers and administrators across the elementary, middle, and high school levels. The survey included demographic questions and over 20 statements rated on a 5 point scale, ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. For the quantitative data for the interviews, I employed several coding strategies in vivo coding, descriptive coding, processes coding, emotional coding, and values coding um, that's highlighted from beliefs and principles. For the quantitative survey value, I analyzed responses from the mean using the mean, median, mode, and standard deviations of for each statement. This helped me identify trends and areas of consensus among other educators outside of myself. Now, during the interview, Mrs. Tiff, she described how trust and respect are built through consistency, authenticity, and genuine care. She shared a story about working with a withdrawn student, checking in daily, learning his interests, and gradually building trust. She said sometimes just being present and showing genuine interest in a student's life can make a huge difference and a meaningful impact. Um, she also discussed how positive relationships increase student motivation, engagement. When students feel connected to their teacher, they more likely to participate, take academic risks, and push through challenges that they experience in and out of the classroom. Now, the survey data strongly support these findings. For example, the statement positive teacher-student relationships are essential for academic success received a mean score of 4.8 out of 5, with most respondents strongly agreeing. Other statements such as teachers should make a conscious effort to build trust with their students, and also students are more motivated to learn when they feel respected by educators. All on all levels, everyone agreed, was strongly agreed. That data, the data from my report shown that teachers and administrators believe positive relationships reduce behavior problems, improve academic performance, and contribute in a favorable school setting. And so, as well, like for example, I had one of my questions was students. Incorporating students' interest into lesson plans helps strengthen the relationships. On my mean, I got a 5 out of 5. My modes a 5 out of 5. My mediums a 5 out of 5, and my standard deviation was 0 because everyone was aligned with that same belief, which a lot of educators and admin have learned over years and studied that when the students feels any type of honestly love from their instructor, they feel as though they have to push forward and continue doing their best. So, in my conclusion, my research confirms that positive teacher-student relationships are linked to improved academic outcomes, better attendance, and more positive classroom behavior. These relationships are not just a nice to have, they are essential for effective teaching and learning. This study contributes to social scientific knowledge by providing a nuanced understanding and the challenges and effective strategies for fostering these relationships. It highlights the need for interventional relationship building as a core educational practice and encourages a shift in school culture to prioritize relationships among academic achievement. The societal benefits are significant. Fostering positive teacher-student relationships can lead to more equitable and supportive school environments. The benefits extend beyond academics, promoting student well-being, confidence, and lifelong learning skills. When students feel valued and supported, they're more likely to become engaged, resilient, and successful members of society. As someone who completed their first year of education after leaving tech consulting, I have witnessed firsthand the power of these relationships. I am fully committed of pouring who I am into my students or to other students around me, even the ones I do not teach at all. So I had a proposing future research looking ahead for several ways to project what I have gathered and expanded. For example, including student perspectives, which is future research should gather direct input from students to provide a more comprehensive way of the impact of teacher-student relationships. Long-term impact. That's investing the long-term effects of relationship building interventions on academic trajectories, culture and logistical diversity, which is exploring how cultural and logistic backgrounds influence the effectiveness of relationship building and strategies. Professional development for teachers and students as its impact of targeting a perfect program for both parties to advance their building skills and identify best practices for training for the educators or incoming students in that area. Family and community engagement, which is a study of the role of family and community partnerships when strengthening the relationship between teachers and students and how those connections can further support students' growth and well-being. You have technology and relationship building, and last but not least, you have a school leadership, which is investing how school leaders can create policies and cultures that prioritize and sustain relationship building on all levels of the educational system. So, in closing, building positive teacher student relationships is not just beneficial, it is essential for academic and personal growth. My prioritize, my, pri- 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 my priorities by prioritizing trust, respect, and genuine care, educators can create classrooms where all students thrive. My own journey from consultant to education has showed to me the profound impact um, um, these strong relationships can have, and I am dedicated to continuing this work, inspiring others to do the same. Thank you for listening. I hope this research encourages you to reflect on the power of relationships in education and take the steps to strengthening them in our own practice. Thank you.